Hi everybody. I am using the Epoxy Resin Store General Use Epoxy. So I have a 12-inch board that I spray painted white. You can get these at like Lowe's, Michael's, anywhere basically. I always make sure I prime the top and bottom of the board. Now I'm putting 1 part hardener to 1 part resin. On this board, I am probably using about 4 to 6 ounces. I'm not quite sure. I didn't really measure. I just kind of eyeball everything when I work. Plus, if I make extra resin, which is sometimes a really good thing, I have these little molds that I pour my resin into. Like I make pyramids and little roses. Anything you could think of, I probably have. So if I have extra resin, I definitely use it for that. So I will stir the resin together for 3 minutes. I'm putting both into a bigger cup. I'm going to fast forward this part. Now that I have all my resin mixed up, I am actually putting my cups out, and I'm going to put a little scoop of color into each individual cup, a different color into each cup, and stir that together very well. I want this piece very colorful. I am using Resin Art pigments. They're really bright. I like these. Now I'm trying to put about 2 ounces of resin into each cup. This white dye I got from the Epoxy resin store also. I think it's just ink. It's not powder like the rest of the colors that I'm using. It's a lot heavier than the rest of the colors. So a lot of people ask me how much pigment I use. It really does depend on the company. This is Resin Art, Wild Jasmine, Purple Galaxy. Purple Galaxy is my favorite, but guess what? It's empty shit. Okay, so I have Pearl X. That's from the Epoxy Resin Store. And Resin Art Mermaid. I usually just use a little scoop on my tone depressor, and that's enough for me. I am also using La Res Gold Molten Gold Paste. This stuff has a shimmer that is just unbelievable. Love this stuff. I always seal it up in a bag so no air gets in there. It's just my thing. And I will stir each and every one very well. I'm going to fast forward this so you don't have to watch. I'll be right back. So I am just pouring the white on my board, and I use my hands for everything. You know that, guys. So when you watch my videos, you know that I use my hands instead of tools. It's just the way I do things. So I am smearing the white all around, and I always make sure I get my edges, as you can see. I have some bright colors. Look at these colors. Okay, so I go to get my heat gun, and of course it malfunctions. Not what I wanted. So I guess I am going to use my blow dryer instead. Now the blow dryer is going to push the pigments probably a little bit too much for me. Yeah, and they do. They kind of mud out. So now I've got to decide what to do with this. And I'm not sure. So I'm going to work on it until I get something I like. I'm not loving anything that I'm doing, so I'm going to keep working on this until I get something I like. I decided to get a piece of parchment paper and actually fold it in half, and I'm going to do a swipe. I'm just going to pull it down over top of the colors, not too hard. Any direction, you know, it doesn't matter. And now I'm going to torch it, and hopefully I get a few cells. Because the white is so much heavier than the other colors, it will probably pull through. And maybe I'll like that look because where I'm going with the other one, I'm not sure. So hopefully this works out a lot better. Okay, so I have some more molten gold that I'm going to pour on here. I love this molten gold. Me, I'll keep working until I get something I like. So I'm going to try to heat gun it. I see quite a few cells popping up. Let me grab my torch and see if that works even better. Okay, wow, I'm really liking this. I got a lot of cells, and actually I like the little pops of color here and there. I can't wait till it cures so I can show you. This is what it looks like now, but in 24 hours. Let's check it out. 24 hours later, here it is. I do have a couple pits in there that I've got to put actually another top coat of resin. So what I'll do is lightly sand it, very lightly sand it with a fine grit and clean it with some alcohol and then put a heavy top coat of resin on top to get rid of those little pits that I have. But I love it. I'm very happy with it. And I'm glad it turned out the way it did, actually. If you guys need anything for your resin needs, go under my description. There is some links that you can click on to go onto Amazon. I am an Amazon affiliate. I do get a small commission. It doesn't cost you anything extra. You can click on anything that you need for your resin and have it shipped to you. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give me that thumbs up and ring that bell for notifications. I hope you love this painting as much as I do. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget, I am an affiliate with the Epoxy Resin Store. So if you enter the code Monica20 when you go shopping on their website, you get 20% off your order.